position right now. They restarted ninth, but to make it a little bit better,
look out.
And big time trouble for Jason Leffler.
Oh, he's into the wall as he got turned.
Only got more coming here.
And this team, we were talking about it yesterday. Everybody was high expectations, thinking this might be one of those teams that could be a full-time nationwide team that would potentially challenge for at least the top 3 or 4 spots. But boy, they are just running into walls in more ways than one.
The one car got loose getting into the corner, and that's where you're most vulnerable, when you're on the outside of a guy that might be loose, and he sure looked loose there.
Yes, just what Marty said earlier in the race. You know, didn't know if you want to be on the outside. That guy on the bottom gets loose, and that's what you'll see. A lot of speed carried into these corners. One car goes up and hits Jason Leffler, sends him into the wall.
Did you see how high that back end just jacked up and it hit that wall? He's going to be able to get it back to pit road, but a lot of damage on that 38. Another look.
It is a sinking feeling because, you know, you can only control a percentage of this. And when you get hit that hard, you're just along for the ride.
Leffler's only top 10 in 2010 has been Bristol. He finished 9th. That's the best they've been able to do, and they're not going to do any better today. We ride along one more time. Ouch, this is going to hurt.
Well, he's one of the drivers who was going for the dash for cash, finds himself out of the car in the garage. I heard your spotter mention something about the one car. What happened with you and James Buescher?
As far as I know, he lost it and just drove right into the door and spun us out. So when I was under him, I was able to control my car just fine, but he couldn't control his. So it's kind of a bummer. It's one of our best tracks. Great clips. Camry was really good. Qualified terrible. And we're coming up through there, but I guess that's part of racing, you know. So hopefully we can fix it enough to get back out there, make a couple laps at least.
All right, Marty, they're working on the front and the back. A lot of damage back here on the 38.
And Jason, a former winner here, as you in the 70 is Shelby Howard trying to follow as well. Look out, they got trouble.
That might be a product of the earlier incident, the first incident.
That could be a payback. And oh man, fire in the number 1 of James Buescher.
It's on fire, buddy.
They have got the window net down, and he is climbing out.
Y'all good. Jump on out. Jump on out.
Buescher is out, and you mentioned it. It goes back to earlier when Buescher got into the 38 and put him into the wall.
Dale and I talked about that incident, the first incident of the day, and it's hard to describe, folks, what it feels like when you're in the car. But for Jason Leffler, it feels like you got hit by an airplane. I mean, and it looks very sensitive from here, but he retaliated, I believe, there because he thought he flat got taken out.
Yeah, he didn't. And you know, when you're in that situation, you don't really know if they care if the guy got loose. You're supposed to be in charge of your car, and you know you're on the bottom side, and it's up to you. And yeah, I don't think there's any doubt right there what happened.
Well, here comes the 38 down towards pit road. The one car, Buescher, was running 18th. He had just gotten back on the lead lap, courtesy of Lucky Dog. And Buescher is heading towards, at least in the direction. No, now he's thinking better of it. This will be the second race in a row now that James is going to have a DNF. And he has been doing some good driving. But right now, NASCAR official talks to him, and he looks over, but thinks better of it. I guess maybe they'll talk about it back in the garage area.
I understand Jason Leffler's frustration, but I think when he watches the incident, he's going to understand that this is a young driver who made a mistake, maybe got in a little too deep, and it's hard to separate that.
And they're going to take James over to the infield care center just to be safe. We've got one modified out on the racetrack right now. Let's go back and take another look at this last incident on our 7th caution. Keep an eye on the 38.
We can see he gets a run up off of turn 4 here. And it just didn't give him any room for sure.
Now let's go back to lap 43, and this is what you were talking about. This is what started it all.
Yeah, I can't describe to you how hard that feels inside the car. It feels like you just got taken out. And early in the race, we knew that that type of thing might happen because the track was very, very slick.
Well, we can tell you right now, I'm sure there's going to be some words. Leffler was 64 laps down, running in 39th, and Buescher was running 18th. Stay with us.